Hello, James Broke here. This is the Yoga Top 40. Next entry, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Get Up, Stand Up. So now and again in the Yoga Top 40 there'll be a song that I really like. And there will probably be further appearances from Bob Marley and the Wailers. And Bob Marley's lyrics, I've even done weekend workshops on Bob Marley and the Bhagavad Gītā. The Bhagavad Gītā is I would say, the most treasured text of the yoga tradition. It is highly treasured and revered in every lineage that I've had any contact with. And Gita means song. And Bhagavan, many ways we can understand it, but Bhagavan means totality. So the Bhagavad Gītā is teaching us how to make the whole field of our being sing. How to bring the whole of our life into harmony. This is the whole practice or aim of yoga. And the Gita is set on a battlefield for many reasons. I was puzzled by this at first. I thought, isn't yoga all about peace? And then when I had the blessed opportunity to hear my teacher Larry speak about the Gita from within the yoga tradition, certain things started to hit home. I asked myself the question, have I ever done anything that was not in my own highest interest? Has there ever been a day gone by when I have not done something that was not in my own highest interest? And to both these questions, the only way I could answer was yes. And not only that, sometimes I do things that I know are not in my own highest interest, and I persist with them anyway. So what's going on here? There must be some type of battle going on within this field of my being if I consistently engage and participate in self-sabotaging actions and choices. And the battlefield setting has many other significances. One is to remind us that there is no situation that is a barrier to yoga. We do not have to wait for yoga. The time is now, and the place right here. So leave aside your doubt, cast away your fear, and be here now, and get up, stand up, says Krishna, the teacher, to Arjuna, the student in the Bhagavad Gītā. Now Arjuna, the student, he happens to be a warrior, and he is an archer. I'm drawing back a bow. He's an archer. His craft is archery and the martial arts. Ordinarily, when Arjuna goes out into battle, he's relishing it. This is his chance to express his art and his craft. But this day, the day when the Bhagavad Gītā gets given to him, Arjuna takes to the field and he is overwhelmed. He does not know what to do, because all around him he sees the people who ordinarily motivate him to go out to battle. He sees his near and dear ones, his teachers, his relatives, his friends, the people who depend on him, the people who've looked up to him, the people who rely on him, the people he cares for. And he thinks nothing good can come of this. He doesn't know what to do. And he collapses, overwhelmed. This is the Arjuna moment. The Arjuna moment is that moment when we come to a juncture, we come to a situation in life where the rules, the codes that we have always relied on up to that point, they are no longer adequate. They are no longer vast, inclusive, robust, or far-reaching enough to deal with the task and the challenge at hand. The rules we've lived by, the structure that we've operated within, it will no longer cut it. It's time to expand that. But Arjuna's invested so much in that way of being. He's practiced it so regularly, so thoroughly, and now it falls apart. How does it feel? He's overwhelmed. He doesn't know what to do. And so he collapses. But he also does something really important, and he acknowledges that he does not know. He owns that he does not know. And once we own that we do not know, we create space for new insights to emerge. As well as owning that he does not know, which is one of the prerequisites for yoga practice, to acknowledge I'm not quite in a state of complete integration, perhaps I could do something about it, as well as making that admission and that honest acknowledgement, Arjuna also stops. He becomes quiet. So when he owns that he does not know, and when he stops, it's like he surrenders to reality. He acknowledges that his partial view is no longer adequate. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to give up that game of thinking he's got it all worked out and own that he feels uncertain in the uncertain reality of existence. And so he begins to surrender to that and open himself up to the gifts of consciousness and conscience that can speak to him from within, which is symbolized by Krishna, which literally means black or dark. The idea being that in the cave of our heart there is a pilot light of conscience that never goes out. And if we can find the courage to stop and resist the inertia of our accrued habits, when we don't know what to do and we feel torn, if we can find the courage to stop, look deep inside, listen deep inside, then new insights, new possibilities can emerge. And then Krishna starts to speak to Arjuna. So he surrenders, he owns that he does not know, and he becomes quiet. And then Krishna starts to speak to him. So the voice of conscience starts to speak to him. And what does this voice say to Arjuna? Get up, stand up. Arjuna, you are a sovereign human being. As a sovereign human being, you have conscious awareness. So get up and stand up. This wallowing on the ground, this ruminating over your not knowing what to do, it doesn't suit you. It doesn't help you. It won't bring you success here or in the time to come. So get up and stand up. Rise up like the great hero you really are. Because you, human being, are a hero. Where did you come from? You came from the womb, like every other human being. We all come from the same place. And because we came from the womb, and we're here now, we have already passed through the initiation into the way of the yogic or spiritual warrior. Because what did we do? There we were. How archetypal a comfort zone is it inside the womb? Constant food supply, steady temperature, all our immediate needs are met. Very comfortable. Mama's beating heart, the regular accompaniment and percussion of our day-to-day. But then it starts to feel a little bit constricted, a little bit confined. And somehow, from somewhere deep inside, we get this urge, there must be more than this. And somehow we find the courage to heed that urge. And so we make our way into a place of even greater constriction to then burst forth into the breathing world. And we inhale the breath of life. And then we exhale, likely with sound. And we initiate it into this world of duality, of expansion and contraction, of the pairs of opposites, the comings and goings, of the realm of nature. Nature, that which is born and that which will die. And in between those two great changes of birth and death, which will be subject to constant change. And this is the reality of life. Death is certain. Change is certain. The future is unknown. This is reality. And the nature of life is to evolve, so it's completely normal, human being, that as we go along in life, we'll come to these junctures where the operating system, the ways of being we've relied on, we'll realize they're obsolete. They need to be expanded, upgraded. They need to be made more inclusive. And so Krishna says to Arjuna, get up, stand up. When you're a human being, remember, your problem is smaller than you are. Because your problem exists in your awareness. So, it's quite normal. Now and again, you'll feel pressed down by your problem. But don't let it press you down. Get up, stand up. look at it. As soon as you start to look at your problem, it's no longer dominating you in the same way. Once you start to look at it, you can start to look at it with new, fresh perspectives. So Krishna goes on to tell Arjuna, rise up, bring yourself into togetherness, into yoga, and meet the uncertain reality of life from that steadiest place you can. So get up and stand up. Make yourself steady. Make yourself integrated. Gather all your resources. Gather all parts of yourself. And when you do, then you'll be able to face the uncertain, the predictably unpredictable, certain uncertainty of life that bit more skillfully, that bit more easily. Remember, you have great heroic capacity. The capacity to wrestle with all it means to be a human being, the capacity to transform into more of who you really are and keep evolving through this miraculous gift of incarnation. So take care, human being, says Krishna in the Gita. Don't wallow on the ground. Don't get stuck in your problems. Instead, can you heed the invitation that challenges bring into your life? And Krishna says in the Gita, who is lucky? The lucky ones are those who know how to transform challenges into opportunities. The lucky ones are those whose attitude is conducive to happiness. So whatever comes, let us work with it as skillfully as we can. So let's get up and stand up and bring ourselves into that place of integration, balance and harmony as best we possibly can, so we can meet reality from the stablest, most balanced platform that we can, the platform to be able to respond to it with skillfulness and efficiency and with awareness that's going to help us learn and grow from that situation in the best way that we possibly can.